It is becoming increasingly more important that we as educators understand what research and information fluency means and how it affects our instruction and our students. According to ISTE, research and information fluency refers to how we apply digital tools to gather, evaluate, and use information for research and inquiry. This includes locating information and resources, organizing information, evaluating it for usefulness, and then processing the data collected for reporting purposes. With so much information at our fingertips, and so many people today turning to online search engines to research and gather data, it is imperative that we understand how to wade through all of the information and get to the good stuff. Kathy Schrock has developed a series of questions that teachers and students can use to evaluate web resources. The 5 W's of website evaluation include: who is the author or publisher of the site? What is the purpose of the site? When was the site created and or updated? Where does the information come from? And why should I use this information? When instructing students on how to conduct web research, it is crucial that we teach students how to use these 5 W's to critically evaluate resources for integrity, credibility, usefulness, and up-to-date information. Probably one of the most useful and common search engines used today is Google. And while doing a Google search all by itself can return excellent results, using some simple Google search tips and tricks can help you harness the power of Google and drill down on the information that you're searching for. This is a wonderful site that takes you inside Google search and gives you some very valuable search tips. The first tip we will address is searching for an exact phrase. If you put a phrase in quotations, Google will do a search for that exact phrase in that exact order. You can also search within a specific site. For example, if you only wanted to search in a .edu or a .org, you can search for a specific type of site or within a specific website itself. You can also search by file type. For example, if you only wanted to search for PDF documents, you could put .pdf in your search and it would return only results that had a PDF document in the site. You can also use additional search tools in Google by clicking on the Search Tools button beneath the search box, where you can search for a given time. You can search and filter your results by reading level, and you can even filter your results by proximity. Now let's put this to practice and use Kathy Schrock's 5 W's to evaluate a website. The first W is who. Who is the author or the publisher of this site? So if I scroll down on this site, I can see over here the authors of this site are from Region 12, and they do give us their contact information. The second W is what is the purpose of this site. And although there's not a dedicated page discussing the background or an About Us page on this site, we can tell a little bit about this site from the title. When was the site created or updated? Because this is a wiki, I can go and see the recent changes on this site and see what the most current information was that was contributed. Where does the information come from? If I click on any of these links, not only does it take me to a page with more information, but it also gives me links to more resources. And the last W is why. Why should I use this information? It's up to you to critically look at the website and determine whether or not the information is useful to your research, whether or not it's current and up to date, and if it's valid information for your research. Now that we've talked a little bit about what research and information fluency means and the strategies that you can use to evaluate a website, you may be looking for additional information. A good place to start is Common Craft. They offer a wonderful video series called In Plain English, and this one on web search strategies can give you a little more background information. You may also want to check out the 21st Century Educational Technology and Learning blog. This is a wonderful place to begin with your students. It provides a 7-step process for your students to use to evaluate websites. Truth Squad is another excellent site that you can use to do some fact checking on news sources that you locate. In addition, this is a wonderful interactive site that your students can use to practice evaluating websites, and determining whether or not they're credible. And this last site is boolify.org, which allows your students another interactive experience to help visualize the search process and practice using those search skills. Now it's your turn to practice. I'd like for you to go to the ABCs of website evaluation provided by Kathy Schrock and work through these activities to really hone your research skills. Work through these activities, put your skills to the test, and see if you are ready to critically evaluate 21st century web resources.